You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout the season, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales, and box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, the exclusive Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle & Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are from noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club now. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Louis Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have
back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in central Islip, New York, this is Long Island Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Tonight, the Long Island Ducks take on the New Britain Bees, who come to town for the first time since April. This will also be the first matchup between the Ducks and the Bees here in half number 2, after it was a tight series in the first half of the year, with each team winning 5 matchups. Well, a very pleasant good afternoon or good evening or whatever time of night it is. My name is Joe Vasile, and this is Long Island Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. It's a pleasure to be with you here tonight, as again, after dropping the rubber game of a 3-game series yesterday afternoon to the Somerset Patriots, the Ducks are right back in action to start a new 3-game set with the New Britain Bees. And the Bees are a team that come in after a very rough first half. They've gotten off to a nice start here in half number 2. They currently sit at 5-4 in the second half of the Atlantic League season. That's good for second place in the Liberty Division, a half game behind the Bridgeport Bluefish, who come into tonight's action leading the Liberty Division at 6-4. For the Long Island Ducks, it will be a spot start made by Tyler Levine tonight. The right-hander has made 1 start earlier this season, as you might recall. It was all the way back at his second appearance of the year, back on the 3rd of May on the road against the York Revolution. And Levine responded very well. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 5 and walked just 1. He got one of his 2 wins on the season as the Ducks beat the Revolution 8-5 en route to a series sweep at People's Bank Ballpark. Meanwhile, the New Britain Bees send a new name and a new face out to the mound. One who has not faced the Ducks yet this year in the left-hander Greg Napo, who's out of the University of Connecticut. Napo was signed after being cut by the Miami Marlins organization. He split this year between their AA and AAA affiliates. Now Napo makes his 4th appearance of the season with New Britain. It'll be just his 2nd start, though. He has no record and an ERA of 6. He's given up 4 runs in 6 innings this season. So we'll take a step aside here on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the action for the rest of the Atlantic League tonight, and then get you all set up for first pitch from Bethpage Ballpark. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks pregame show on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
And welcome you back to Bethpage Ballpark on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. The Ducks and the Bees today getting set to face each other for the first time in the second half of the season. We'll get you caught up on all the other action from around the Atlantic League here in this block. We've got the York Revolution on the road tonight in the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in an All-Freedom Division matchup. The Blue Crabs send Darrell Thompson to the mound against Steve Janis of the Revolution. In another Freedom Division exclusive matchup tonight, the Lancaster Barnstormers are on the road to take on the Sugarland Skeeters. That's a 7:05 scheduled start out in Sugarland tonight at Constellation Field. And the final game, 7:12 p.m. It's scheduled first pitch up in Bridgeport, where the Somerset Patriots take on the Bridgeport Bluefish. In terms of the Liberty Division, the Bluefish, as we mentioned, in first place, but all teams bunched together here. Either have played 10 or 9 games in the half. Bridgeport's at 6-4. Britain is 5-4 in second. Somerset's in third at 4-5, and Long Island is in fourth at 4-6. In the Freedom Division, Southern Maryland leads with a 5-4 record. York and Lancaster are tied for second, right behind the Blue Crabs, each with 5-5 records, and Sugarland is in fourth with a 4-5 record. A lot of very tight, clustered teams in the Atlantic League second half. We'll start to see those teams separate here over the next few weeks. So we're set for the national anthem at Bethpage Ballpark, and that means we'll take another step aside. And when we return, we'll have the starting lineups for tonight's games, and hopefully the first pitch here from Bethpage Ballpark. It's Tyler Levine and Greg Nappo, the pitching matchup. We'll be back right after this break on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
And a warm Irish welcome back into Bethpage Ballpark tonight. Joe Vasile here with you on the Long Island Ducks broadcast network, where the Ducks will take on the New Britain Bees tonight. It is Irish night here at the ballpark. As you just saw on your screen there, Jerry Finley, the owner of Shandon Court, a great restaurant over here in East Islip, sponsoring Irish night, singing out the national anthem of the United States, but also the Irish national anthem sung in Gaelic. Pretty cool thing. There was also some Irish step dancers out on the field before the game. Pretty good atmosphere here at the ballpark tonight for a beautiful Monday night of baseball. You see on your screen right now Tyler Levine getting his warm-up tosses in before we start inning number 1 tonight. So let's get you set up with the starting lineups for both teams. First, we'll start with the visiting New Britain Bees. The Bees are 31-48 overall in the season, 5-4 in the second half of play. Stan Clyburn is their manager, and his starting 9 lines up like this. Yusuke Kajimoto leads things off. He'll play second base tonight, while James Skelton does the catching and bats second. Jovan Rosa plays in his 243rd consecutive game, a stretch lasting 3 seasons now. He bats third and plays third base for the Bees. John Griffin is at first base. He's a former Long Island Duck. He'll bat cleanup, while Connor Bierfeld, one of the Bees representatives from the All-Star team, bats fifth and plays left field. Jordan Hinshaw is in right field today. He bats sixth, while Michael Kraus is in center field, batting seventh. Jamar Walton is the designated hitter. He'll bat eighth, and Jake McGigan is the shortstop, batting ninth. For the Long Island Ducks, Quentin Berry leads things off and plays right field. Delta Cleary Jr. is in center, batting second. Lou Ford is in left, batting third. Angelo Sonko hits cleanup and is the DH. Elmer Reyes bats fifth. Jordan Pacheco plays first and bats sixth. Alex Berg catches and hits seventh. Third baseman is Giovanni Alfonso. He'll bat eighth. And Dan Lyons rounds out the lineup, batting ninth and playing shortstop. And so Tyler Levine set to get things going tonight as the lefty batter Kajimoto digs in. And the first pitch of the evening is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. First pitch comes in at 6:36 p.m., 1 minute behind the scheduled starting time. 79 degrees and partly cloudy here in Central Islip. Pitch from Levine is tapped foul up the first base line. Count quickly, 0-2 to Yusuke Kajimoto. Kajimoto, 296 hitter this season for New Britain. 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Japanese middle infielder from Kobe, Japan. Digs back in, wears number 8 for New Britain, wearing the road gray threads, black numbers outlined in gold. It's the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. A 3-pitch strikeout starts the night for Tyler Levine, just the way I'm sure he envisioned this one going. 1 up and 1 set aside here for Levine in the first inning. Get you the defensive alignment for the Long Island Ducks. Jordan Pacheco plays first base tonight. Elmer Reyes is at second. Dan Lyons is the shortstop. And Giovanni Alfonso plays the cut of the grass at third base. On the outfield from left to right, it's Lou Ford in left, Delta Cleary Jr. in center, and Quentin Berry in right. As James Skelton smokes the first pitch foul down the left field line. The count's 0-1. Catcher for the Ducks tonight is Alex Berg, so both catchers on their roster are in the lineup tonight. Pacheco at first and Berg behind the dish. By the way, an Atlantic League note, Caleb Gindel of the Lancaster Barnstormers had his contract purchased by San Francisco. Swing a ground ball hit to first base. Nice pick by Pacheco. He tosses on to Levine in time to retire Skelton 3-1. That's out number 2. 2 up and 2 set aside for Tyler Levine in the top of the first. Gindel, though, making his Double-A debut in the Giants organization with the Richmond Flying Squirrels tonight. So more players in the Atlantic League having their contracts purchased. Always nice to see. League getting guys back into affiliated ball. Here's an outstanding player in Jovan Rosa coming up to the plate. Third baseman hitting .280 with 10 home runs and 44 RBIs. First pitch from Levine on the inside corner for a called strike. Count 0-1. Levine's thrown 6 pitches so far. They've all been in the strike zone. 2 outs and nobody on base. No score in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Made a line drive down the left field line, but fouled by Rosa. Count quickly 0-2. Long Island Ducks tonight wearing their home pinstripe jerseys. It's green pinstripes running vertically up and down the jersey tops and the pants. Black hats with the Quacker Jack Ducks logo on the front for Long Island tonight. Ducks written across the front and the Ducks logo script. Green numbers on the front and back, outlined in white. Now the pitch. Rosa drives it high in the air and deep to left field, going back forward, and he will watch it go. Gone, a home run for Jovan Rosa. So the first hit of the game for the New Britain Bees also gets them their first run of the game as Jovan Rosa connects on a solo home run, and it's 1-0 New Britain here in the top of the first inning. th home run of the season for Rosa. Second most on the team, Connor Bierfeld leads the team with 13 long balls. Bierfeld now in the on-deck circle as John Griffin, the tall first baseman, will come up to the plate. Griffin 6'6", 230 pounds out of Bradenton, Florida. First pitch in for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Levine works exclusively out of the stretch. He is predominantly a reliever, not changing that up. As a hot shot foul hits off a seat and caroms back onto the field. Lucky everyone's all right there in that first section behind the Ducks dugout. All smile from Frank Bolton, Ducks president and owner, sitting over there. Count 0-2 now to Griffin. One-time Long Island Duck. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Levine strikes him out. 2 strikeouts on the inning for Tyler Levine. But the New Britain Bees get a run on a hit. The solo home run from Jovan Rosa. There were no errors, and they don't leave anybody on base. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 the score in favor of the New Britain Bees. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brown Allen. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
fans, every walk by a Ducks batter this season is presented by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island, offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care, you need a doctor, just walk in. Quentin Berry will lead things off for the Long Island Ducks in the bottom of the first inning. Followed up by Delta Cleary Jr., Lou Ford, Angelo Sanco, Elmer Reyes, Jordan Pacheco, Alex Berg, Giovanni Alfonso, and Dan Lyons against Greg Napo, the left-hander for the New Britain Bees, who delivers his first pitch. A good two-seam fastball that comes back over the outside corner for a called strike. And the count 0-1 to the left-handed hitting, Quentin Berry. Berry, a .261 hitter for the Ducks in a very small sample this year. Pitch misses outside. Count now even up at 1-1 strike. For Berry, this is just his 7th game played since being signed by Long Island about a week and a half ago. Now the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball hit up the middle, ranging to his right, Kajimoto. He plays the hop and fires on to Griffin at first base in time to retire the speedy Berry. And 1 up and 1 set aside for Greg Napo in the bottom of the first inning. The defensive alignment for the New Britain Bees. The first baseman is John Griffin. We've met the second baseman, Yusuke Kajimoto, already. Jake McGigan is the shortstop, and Jovan Rosa is at third base to round out the infield. On the outfield, from left to right, Connor Bierfeld is in left, Michael Kraus is in center field, Jordan Hinshaw plays right, and James Skelton is the catcher. First pitch to Delta Cleary Jr. is fouled back over the backstop behind home plate, and a nice play made by a fan over on the first base side. After that ball caromed off the facing of the sweet level. Count 0-1 to Delta Cleary Jr. 1-0 New Britain, and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Cleary. And the count now 0-2. Greg Napo in his 4th appearance with the New Britain Bees, just his 2nd start since being signed. It's the 1-2 pitch upstairs. Rather, now it's 1-2. It was an 0-2. Napo had been pitching in the Miami Marlins organization, club in which he'd been with since 2011 when he was drafted. Hard shot off the glove of the first baseman Griffin, and that's into right field for a base hit. Delta Cleary Jr. collects a hot shot single to the opposite field despite the best efforts of John Griffin. That'll put a runner on with 1 out. Lou Ford coming up to the plate.
Lou Ford, number 20.
Ford's hitting .282 on the season. 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. As the first pitch misses upstairs. Count 1-0 strikes to Ford. 1-0 to score in favor of the New Britain Bees. 1 out. Runner on first base here in the bottom of the first. Cleary being held on by Griffin. Now the pitch. Swing a tapper up the middle. Could be 2. McGigan can't get to it, and it goes into center field for a base hit. It was kind of a slow roller. Not quite sure they would have gotten to it. Would have taken a great play by McGigan. And quite frankly, I'm surprised he wasn't able to get there. Not sure if he just got a late break on it or what. That ball sneaked through into center field for a base hit for Lou Ford. Now the Ducks have runners on first and second with 1 out, and Angelo Sanco coming up to the plate. Well, Angelo Sanco changed his walk-up music a couple games ago. Just in an effort to try and start to turn things around. He's been slumping pretty badly lately. Hitting .097 in his last 9 games played. That's 3 for 31. First pitch on the way, a big swing and a miss by Sanco. The count 0-1. However, Sanco did have a home run, a 400-foot plus blast in the All-Star game back on Wednesday. So he's just trying to get things going once again and slowly trying to turn it around. Here's the pitch. That's on the inside corner. Good off-speed pitch from Greg Napo. The count now 0-2. Hitting .125 in his last 5 games, so a little bit better than the larger 10-game sample, but still nothing to write home about. It's Cleary at second, Ford at first. The pitch from Napo. So a ground ball through the right side into right field for base hit. Getting the wave around at third is Cleary. Here comes Hinshaw's throw to the plate. It is on target. Cleary with the slide, and they got him. Oh, Delta Cleary Jr. with a fantastic slide into home plate. Nearly got around the tag of James Skelton, but Skelton was able to get the glove on him as he was diving in for the out. So now 2 gone in the inning as Cleary thrown out, trying to score 9-2. What a gun from Jordan Hinshaw out in right field, firing very strong arm. Ford moves down to second on the play. Sunko aboard at first, and now Elmer Reyes, batter at the plate, 1-0 New Britain. He swings at the first pitch and pops it up towards the center of the diamond. Jake McGigan, the shortstop underneath, he makes the catch, and that will do it here in the first. So no runs for the Ducks on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base in inning number 1. We go to the second, the score 1-0 in favor of the New Britain Bees. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the Magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
The Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. The good news is the Ducks, for the most part, are healthy. The not so good news is Yuri De La Rosa is still down on the disabled list, as is Henry Hirsch and Jim Fuller. 3 players on the DL for the Ducks, but again, other than that, they are the picture of perfect health. 1-0 New Britain as we start play in the top of the second inning. Connor Bierfeld will lead off for New Britain, followed by Jordan Hinshaw and Michael Kraus. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the New Britain lineup, going up against Tyler Levine, who starts his second inning of his second start of the season and his 16th overall appearance. First pitch on the way, misses low, then count 1 ball and no strikes. Levine threw 11 pitches in inning number 1. They were all strikes. Gave up the solo home run to Jovan Rosa. That was the only blemish, striking out 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off speed from Levine. Count now even up at 1-1. Bierfeld, a dangerous hitter at the plate, .273 batting average this year, 12 doubles, 13 home runs at 40 runs batted in. Now the pitch, hit off the fists foul. Over by the Ducks dugout on the first base side. Count now runs to 1-2 to Bierfeld. Connor Bierfeld, signed by the Bees after being cut by the Baltimore Orioles. Reached as high as AA Bowie, but spent a majority of last year with the Frederick Keys. 1-2 pitch. Now it just missed outside. Count now even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bierfeld. Ducks shading for Bierfeld to pull the ball. Rare shift against the right-handed batter as the 2-2 is lifted foul back behind home plate. We'll do it again at 2-2. You've seen the Ducks really recently over the last couple weeks or so. Now they're becoming familiar with tendencies of hitters from around the league to start to shift and shade batters one way or the other. Putting on a full Ted Williams shift in the last series against Somerset against Kyle Roller. The 2-2 to Bierfeld is swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. Tyler Levine has the strikeout pitch working tonight. He's got 3 strikeouts to the first 5 batters that he's faced. There's one gone here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Jordan Hinshaw to the plate, who made the great play on the defensive end in the bottom of the first inning. Coming up with an outfield assist. Gunning down Delta Cleary Jr. at home plate, trying to score from second on an Angelo Sanko single. Now the first pitch to the Bees' leading hitter is in for a called strike. Count 0-1. Jordan Hinshaw, 31 games played, hitting .364 for New Britain. As the pitch is a big cut and a miss. The count quickly 0-2. .364 for Hinshaw, home run, 12 runs batted in. Bees, a team that has hit 64 home runs, which is pretty impressive considering that New Britain Stadium is just a massive, massive ballpark. Very tough to hit long balls there, but this Bees team does it. Now the pitch, swung on and missed. Tyler Levine with another strikeout. That's 4 through the first inning and 2/3. His season high is 5, and he did that in a 7-inning start about 3 months ago. Very impressive pitching for Tyler Levine early. We'll bring up Michael Kraus. 2 outs, nobody on base in the top of the second inning. Kraus, a right-handed batter, in the first pitch. This is low, the count 1 ball and no strikes. And it's funny for Levine, a guy who's been used in mostly mop-up duty for the Ducks this season. He's got the 2-0 record and the 3.2 earned run average. He's pitched very well when he's gotten the call. 1-0 is low. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. And perhaps some of that has to do with kind of the low leverage situations that he's been in, but I think regardless, if the Ducks were anything but pleased with Tyler Levine this year, I'd be surprised. 2-0 pitch, lifted in the air, foul on the first base side, behind home plate. Alex Berg over for a look, and it lands foul. Got now 2 balls and a strike to Michael Kraus. Kane, a local kid from East Meadow, New York. Played last year in the Frontier League. Split between the Joliet Slammers and the Evansville Otters. A couple of teams over in the Frontier League, which is a very large, geographically speaking, league, predominantly with teams in the Midwest. There's a couple clustered around Chicago, a couple clustered around St. Louis. As 2-1 misses outside, it's now 3-1 to Kraus. And they're, as opposed to the Atlantic League, where you see a lot of former major league players like the Ducks and the Bees both have on their rosters, Frontier League much more of a developmental league. They limit the number of players that you can have over the age of 27, etc., etc., as the 3-1 pitch is right there for ball 4. Did not miss by much, but Tyler Levine issues his first walk of the night. As Michael Kraus will head on down to first base, and that'll bring up Jamar Walton. Umpires in tonight's game, it'll be Matt Kane behind home plate. At first base is the crew chief Fred DeJesus, and Raul Morales is at third base. Brings up Jamar Walton, left-handed batter. Off attempted first, back in safely is Kraus. Michael Kraus, really the one big threat to run on the New Britain Bees, at least as their roster is currently comprised. He and James Skelton both. Now the pitch, swinging a fly ball, hit in the air to center field, easily played by Delta Cleary Jr., drifting back a couple of steps. He's got the can of corn and puts it in his back pocket for out number 3. So the 2-out walk issued by Tyler Levine doesn't come back to bite him. And he keeps the Bees off the board here in the second. It's 1-0 New Britain. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Jordan Pacheco will lead things off for Long Island in the bottom of the second inning. It's the New Britain Bees 1 and the Long Island Ducks nothing. And there's no better time than now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. First pitch on the way from Greg Napo misses outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes to Jordan Pacheco. Comes in hitting .214 with a home run and 10 runs batted in on the season. Napo winds and fires the 1-0. Fastball strike on the inside. It's now even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825. 1-1 to Pacheco. Misses. We got now 2 balls and 1 strike. If you're here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight, listening or watching our broadcast, you can also head over to the Ducks ticket kiosk located behind home plates and ask Mike or Anthony or Brandon how you can sign out. 2-1 misses. It's now 3-1 to Pacheco. Pacheco playing first base tonight. He has been tearing the cover off the ball as of late for Long Island. After a slow start, he's really turned the corner. Over his last 10 games, he's hitting at .350. As the pitch is a late swing and a pop-up into foul territory on first base. And John Griffin will make the catch for out number 1 here in the inning. So Pacheco pops up to first base for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Going to bring up Alex Berg. 1-0 New Britain as we play with 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of this second inning. And Berg, another player, much like Angelo Sanko, has really been struggling as of late. First pitch to Berg, misses low and inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Alex Berg is just 1 for his last 32 at the plates. Now the 1-0. Misses inside. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. In fairness, he should be owning at least 1 more hit in that stretch, but the official scorer in Southern Maryland did not see fit to give him an infield single as he swings and drives one deep to left, and that ball is gone. Home run for Alex Berg, and we are tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second. A moonshot for Berg over the wall, clearing all 3 levels of advertising. And we're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Number 7 on the year for Berg. And that's just got to feel so great for Alex Berg to not only get a hit, but to absolutely pulverize a baseball the way that he just did. It's the first home run for Alex Berg in over a month. It had been since the 14th of June at Somerset that he had gone deep. It's the first pitch to Giovanni Alfonso is a ball, the count 1-0. Here's the pitch from Napo. That misses inside. Count now 2 balls and no strikes. Second home run given up this year by Napo as the 2-0 to Alfonso is swung on and golfed high in the air to the right side of the infield. First baseman Griffin tracking it down. He makes the catch for out number 2. There's now 2 gone here in the bottom of the second with a run home, and Dan Lyons coming up to the plate.
Here the ninth position, fielder on the Dutch, the shortstop, number 12, Dan Lyons.
By the way, that home run for Alex Berg was the Ducks' 60th home run of the season. The Ducks hit 100 home runs this year. They've met Chappie's home run challenge. That means that Chappie's Funeral Homes is going to donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. First pitch to the Lions is in for a called strike. Count 0-1. Danny hit up in the 2-hole for the first time all season yesterday. He's going 0 for in now. Drop back down to number 9 where he's been thriving. As the 0-1 misses high and outside. It's now 1-1. Napo, the lefty, winds and fires the pitch. Fastball catches the inside corner, and the count now 1-2. Lyons, I don't think, none too pleased with the call. I think he thought it was a little inside. Napo, 5'10", 195 pounds, deals. 1-2 misses low. It's now 2-2. It's out of Madison, Connecticut. Where again, played baseball at the University of Connecticut during a time in which that program probably experienced one of its greatest runs. 2-2. Misses low. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back Napo's redshirt senior season with the Huskies. They made it all the way to the Super Regionals in the NCAA tournament. It's the first and, to this point, only Super Regional made by head coach Jim Penders in his 14 seasons. Lyons fouls off the 3-2. We'll do it again out of full counts. But here's just a sampling of some of the players that Greg Napo played with while he was at the University of Connecticut. 5 guys have made the major leagues. George Springer from the Houston Astros, Matt Barnes of Boston, Nick Ahmed, Scott Ogberg, and Mike Olt as well. All Huskies in the major leagues. It's 3-2 pop foul behind home plate, and James Skelton can't make the catch. He was right up against the netting behind home plate, and I don't know if the ball hit off the netting, but it popped out of the mid of Skelton and fell down regardless. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. To Dan Lyons, the Ducks shortstop and number 9 hitter. Game tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. A solo home run for Jovan Rosa in the top of the first. And a solo shot for Alex Berg for the Ducks here in the bottom of the second. Now Napo deals the 3-2. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and that time Lyons knew it. He goes down looking for a strikeout of the night for Greg Napo. And we're tied at 1 as we head to the 3rd inning. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there. For coverage of the Long Island Ducks, Mets, Yankees, Major and Minor League Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer, visit nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. It's the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees tied at 1 as we head to the top of the third inning. Tyler Levine will face Jake McGigan, Yusuke Kajimoto, and James Skelton, 9-1-2 in the Bees lineup. It's been a strong start for Levine so far. He struck out 4 through the first 2 innings. So he works from the stretch exclusively, and the first pitch to McGigan. It's a fastball that catches the knees right down the middle. For strike count, 0-1. Jake McGigan with the striped socks tonight, rolled up all the way. It's the 0-2, or rather the 0-1 is foul. Now it's 0-2 as it rolls over by the Bees dugout on the third base side. A gold stripe right around mid-calf, and then it's either an off-white or a light gray stripe right above it on the otherwise black hosiery as the 0-2 misses low. Count now 1-2. It's also got black and gold striped shoes. Really just going all in on this New Britain Bees black and gold color scheme. Pitch is hit foul by McGigan. Third base line. Got now 1-2. Hello, McGigan from Boston, Massachusetts. Most likely did not grow up a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who of course made those colors famous. Them and the Penguins both using that same color scheme out in the Steel City. And the Pittsburgh Pirates as well. It's always nice when, you know, all the teams from a city use the same color scheme. 1-2 pitch. McGigan lines it down the right field line, and that one will fall harmlessly into the stands. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. There's a while where the Los Angeles Lakers and the LA Kings in the National Hockey League had the same purple and gold color scheme until the Kings changed up to their current, much more boring color scheme. The Mets and the Knicks have very similar color schemes as well, with the blue and orange here in New York. 1-2 misses low to McGigan. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes, but Pittsburgh, the only city where all the major sports teams have the same color palette. The same one that the New Britain Bees have. Two-2 pitch. Just a fly ball lifted in the air to right field. Going back over on it is Quentin Berry, and he makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the third. So it took Tyler Levine 7 pitches to retire Jake McGigan, but that's now out number 1 here in the top of the third inning. Put the lineup card over and bring up Yusuke Kajimoto, switch hitting leadoff man for the New Britain Bees. Struck out swinging on 3 pitches his first time up. Levine retired the first 2 batters in the top of the first inning before allowing a solo home run to Jovan Rosas. Kajimoto tags one foul. It hits down the right field line. Not sure if that caught a seat or what. They ricocheted pretty violently. Out 0-1 to Kajimoto. Kind of runs up and has that momentum carrying him towards first base as he swings. This pitch. This is low. It's now 1-1 to Kajimoto. Second leading hitter on the club entering play today. At least among qualified hitters at 296 of the pitch. Just ran a hot shot foul up the first base line. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kajimoto. Coaching first base here in this inning is Michael Baca, an infielder on the New Britain roster. You see that the Ducks do it where they'll have one of the reserve players not in the game coaching first base. A lot of times you'll see some of the starting pitchers who are not throwing. Matt Larkin's very fond of coaching first for the Ducks as the 1-2 is swung on a miss by Kajimoto. That's strikeout number 5 for Tyler Levine on the game. Now 2 outs here in the top of the third. So Tyler Levine has tied a season high with 5 strikeouts. That'll bring up James Skelton. Skelton grounded out 3-1 to first baseman Jordan Pacheco to pitcher Tyler Levine his first time up. Skelton hitting .243 on the year, entering play today with a .408 on-base percentage. First pitch to Skelton is in for a called strike. The count's 0-1. It's mostly because Skelton leads the Atlantic League with 60 walks drawn this season. The pitch just does miss outside. The count now even up at 1-1 to Skelton. The .408 on base percentage is good for fourth in the Atlantic League behind Darian Sanford, who's no longer with us, Blake Galen, who's no longer with us, and Justin Pacioli of the Somerset Patriots, who is with us, just not tonight. As the 1-1 misses, it's now 2-1 to Skelton. For a catcher, he runs well, 15 stolen bases. And just a pretty darn good ball player for this Bees team. It's a guy that I'm sure every Atlantic League team would love to have. Pitch, swinging a ground ball, hit to first base, and Pacheco will let it go through into right field for a base hit. Well, even if Pacheco did get over, the way that Skelton runs, and with Levine getting over to cover first, I don't think they get Skelton. I think it ends up going for an infield single, so Pacheco opted to allow that one to go through into right field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for the New Britain Bees, and it extends the inning for Jovan Rosa. Of course, first base is not Pacheco's natural position. He's a catcher. But he also plays a little second, a little third, and a little first. Got to be utility man, so to speak. So the first pitch to Rosa is on the inside corner for a strike, count 0-1. But perhaps the lack of comfort over at first base for Pacheco. Again, a place where he has logged major league time at, factoring into that play. 0-1, Rosa lines one out to right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Skelton. He's going to get the wave around at third as this one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Dug out by Cleary. Relay throw comes into the middle of the diamond. Now they've got Rosa caught up between second and third. He will be tagged out, but not before James Skelton comes in and scores. It's an RBI double for Jovan Rosa, and then he's thrown out 8-4 to 6, I believe, but we'll double check on that. The run, like we said, it does come in to score, and the New Britain Bees take a 2-1 lead heading to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelant Lantini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hey Ducks fans, the final out of the top of the third inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? You'll get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Or visit geico.com. Leading things off for Long Island in the top of the, or rather the bottom of the third inning will be Quentin Berry as the New Britain Bees have a 2-1 lead on the Ducks. The Ducks had their lone run on a solo home run from Alex Berg in the bottom of the second inning, though they have managed 4 hits against New Britain starter Greg Napo's first pitch to Berry misses low. Count 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be the leadoff man, Quentin Berry, followed up by Delta Cleary Jr. and Lou Ford. 1-2-3 in the Ducks lineup. 1-0. So we have foul ball back at home plate by Berry, in and out of the mitts of James Skelton. But he caught him on the mask as well. Count even up at 1-1. Greg Napo, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, began his career in the Miami Marlins organization, reaching as high as AAA. Actually began the season in the Marlins organization, making 16 appearances, split between Double and AAA, as the ball hit on the ground at first base. Griffin fields and falls down, throw to first in time, with Napo, the pitcher, covering to beat the speedy Berry, who was hustling up the first base line. But a nice play by Griffin to stick with the hot shot, and then getting over to first quickly to cover was Greg Napo for the first out here in the third. We'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr. 2-1 the score in favor of New Britain, with 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. But Napo started the year as a New Orleans baby cake and finished his tenure with Miami as a Jacksonville jumbo shrimp. As the first pitch to Cleary is in for a strike, it's 0-1. Now Napo winds and fires the 0-1. Breaking ball misses high and outside. Count now 1-1. Both Jacksonville, who used to be the Suns, and New Orleans, who used to be the Zephyrs, going through a rebranding this year. So we've seen a lot of teams do throughout minor league baseball here over the last couple of years with some ridiculous names. The 1-1 is fouled off by Cleary. Count now 1-2. And honestly, I like getting a little silly with team names sometimes, but when it's every team, it's just a little bit out of hand. The 1-2 pitch. Cleary swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Greg Napo, and there's now 2 gone here in the third inning. Bring up Lou Ford with 2 outs and the bag's empty. 2-1 score in favor of the New Britain Bees. But it's the folks at Brandios, who is this marketing company that's utilized by minor league baseball at its member clubs. And they're the ones behind all these ridiculous names. The first pitch to Lou Ford is on the outside corner for a called strike. The count 0-1. I'll give you an example. Last year, the Lynchburg Hillcats, who are the high A affiliate of the Cleveland Indians, were going to rebrand. As pitch to Ford misses outside. It's now 1-1. They went through an ownership change, and they were thinking about rebranding, either redesigning the logo, which was sorely needed, or just going through a whole new team names. Ford spanks one fouled on the left field line. It's now 1-2. And there were the Lynchburg Lamb Chops, the Lynchburg Love Apples, which is ridiculous. Lamb Chops is pretty ridiculous too, I guess, when you come down to it. And there were a few other things, and they all loosely tied into Lynchburg. But also, Hillcats was one, and they had to shut down the public poll after just 1 day because the results were so overwhelming in favor of keeping the name Hillcats. As the 1-2 to Ford is swung on and missed for strike 3, and Greg Napo has a 1-2-3 frame here in the third, striking out 2. So the lefties settling in. It's the New Britain Bees 2 and the Ducks 1 as we head to the fourth on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the fourth inning, and it means that it's time for tonight's fourth inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. The score 2-1 in favor of the New Britain Beans over the Long Island Ducks. And tonight's trivia question is this. Tonight's starting pitcher for Long Island is Tyler Levine, and he graduated college right out here on Long Island from SUNY Old Westbury. And he is the third Long Island Duck to have called SUNY Old Westbury his alma mater. What two other Ducks also attended that school? First pitch to John Griffin is on the outside corner for a called strike. Count 0-1. So we'll let you stew on that. We'll get you the answer in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tonight's fourth inning trivia question. It's probably the hardest one that I've asked all year. I'm sure Chris King has had some real brain busters in his time on the air, though. Pitch hit foul and just out of the reach of Jordan Pachenko down the right field line. Count now 0-2 to John Griffin. It'll be Griffin, Connor Bierfeld, and Jordan Hinshaw, 4, 5, and 6 in the Bees lineup to up against Tyler Levine. He's now starting his second turn around through the lineup, and so far 2 runs on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. The line for Levine, and he's also thrown just 45 pitches. So a good outing no matter how you slice it for Levine as he fouls one back right off the catcher's mask of Alex Berg, and he's going to have to take a couple seconds to recuperate after that foul ball. Do it again, no balls and 2 strikes as Alex Berg he has taken now, and this is the Ducks' 81st games, he has taken more shots behind home plate than I think I've ever seen a catcher take in a single season. It is just brutal. Every single game he's getting some rough foul ball. Now the 0-2. Swing a foul ball at home plates, hit the dirt, and then skipped away. He'll do it again at 0-2 to Griffin. John Griffin, a strikeout victim his first time up. 266 batter this year, coming into play today. Just 3 home runs and 25 RBIs. I say just 3 because Griffin, pretty good power hitter. One time in the minor leagues while he was still playing in affiliated baseball, he hit 4 home runs in a single game and then homered in his next at-bat in the next game. As the 0-2 pitch to Griffin misses down in the dirt. Count now 1-2 as Levine trying to change him up and get something out of the strike zone. That was while he was in Double-A, going up against the Tennessee Smokies. 1-2 pitch. Swing a ground ball hit out towards shortstop. Fielded there by Dan Lyons. He sidearms across the diamond in time to retire Griffin. That's out number 1 here in the fourth inning. 6-3 it goes on just the second ground out recorded by Levine today. There's also been 5 strikeouts, 2 flyouts, and 1 tootland thrown out on the bases like a nincompoop, and that was Jovan Rosa to end the top of the third inning. Got caught up between second and third. Was thrown out 8-4-3, but it did allow the base runner James Skelton to come around and score on the play. But he would have scored anyway had Rosa not gotten hung up in between the bases. First pitch of the at-bat to Connor Bierfeld is in for a strike. Count 0-1. Bierfeld struck out swinging his first time up. That was back leading off the top of the second inning for New Britain. Levine deals, swinging a miss by Bierfeld, and the count now 0-2. 2-1 the score in favor of New Britain with 1 out at the top of the third inning. Bierfeld with the old school stirrups. Triple stripe up on the calf. A white sanitary hose showing underneath. 0-2 pitch misses outside. The count now 1-2. Several Bees players sporting the old school pants rolled up just below the knee look. Now the 1-2. Misses low, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you know, once upon a time, there was actually a very practical reason why players used to hike their pants up all the way just below the knees, or just at the knees, really. Other than just the kind of stylistic look of it. Levine peers into Alexberg for his signs. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses low and outside. Count now full to Bierfeld, 3-2. But a lot of it had to do with almost trying to fool the umpire, because you would roll your pants up to the area of your knees to show where the bottom of your strike zone was. So you'd have them up around the knees and maybe even a little bit higher to try and almost fool the umpire to think that the lower range of the strike zone was not nearly as low as it actually was. Then Ted Williams came around and kind of changed that. 3-2 pitch to Bierfeld is popped up in the air. Shallow left field, ambling in on it, Lou Ford. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2 here in the inning. Because when Williams came around, especially in his early years, not so much later on, but he was a skinny kid. Ted Williams was 6'3", 6'4", and when he made his major league debut in 1939 at the age of 18, or rather 19, he was just 140 pounds. So the first pitch to Jordan Hinshaw. That misses low and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. So what Williams would do is he would wear his pants a little bit lower, almost around mid-calf is where his pants would go down to, especially when he first came up. Pitch is lined into center field. That'll get down for base hit for Jordan Hinshaw. I'll keep the inning alive with 2 outs and bring up Michael Krause. Bees have had a runner on with 2 outs in every inning so far today. Jovan Rosa's home run in the first was with 2 outs. Michael Krause walked with 2 outs in the second. And then James Skelton singled and came home on the double from Jovan Rosa with 2 outs in the third. But so Williams wore his pants down lower because he wanted to kind of disguise how skinny his legs were. He had basically chicken legs. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Krause, the count 0-1. And he was kind of embarrassed by that, so he'd wear his pants down lower to almost disguise it a little bit. And, you know, wearing your pants down around mid-shin length was a regular scandal back in 1939. Here's the 0-1. This is low and outside. Good breaking ball from Levine, but Krause wouldn't bite. It's now 1-1. Many things that the kid did back in his day. But again, things were already starting to change around that point. It's become more acceptable to wear longer pants. Which misses low in the dirt. It's now 2-1 to Krause. Jamar Walton, the on-deck batter. He'd be next if Krause can keep it alive with 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, 2-1 New Britain. On top of Long Island, each team with 4 hits. Neither team has committed an error thus far tonight. First time these two teams have played in quite some time. First time, obviously, in the second half. The first time since June 8th up in New Britain, where the Ducks polished off a 3-game sweep of the Bees. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, pardon me. Krause way out in front. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. Runner Hinshaw with his leadoff first, being held on by Jordan Pacheco. Now Levine sets the 2-2. Late swing and a flare hit out to right field on a dive. Berry got it! What a play by Quentin Berry to end the inning on a dive with an exclamation point. And the Bees are kept off the board here in the top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The score 2-1 in favor of New Britain. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Artsma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The score 2-1 in favor of the New Britain Bees. Leading things off will be Angelo Sanco, followed up by Elmer Reyes and Jordan Pacheco, 4, 5, and 6 in the Long Island batting order against Greg Napo, except for the home run allowed by Alex Bird. Back in the bottom of the second inning has been pretty good, especially settling in the 1-2-3 frame in the third. First pitch to Sanco is a big swing and a foul tip back into the mid of James Skelton. And the count 0-1. Sanco 1 for 1 with a single back in the first inning. That was one of 3 Ducks hits in the first that didn't lead to a run. Back in that first inning as the pitch is ripped foul down the right field line. That'll skip up in the second section of seating. The 200s count now 0-2 to Sanco. Bottom of the fourth inning, that means it's time for us to answer our fourth inning trivia question here in this frame. Test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. The pitch to Sanco, swinging a foul ball straight back, hits off the top of the netting and then skips up into the Duck Club area. So again at 0-2. Tonight's trivia question was tonight's starting pitcher for the Long Island Ducks, Tyler Levine, graduated college from SUNY Old Westbury. 0-2 from Napo, misses outside. Count now 1-2. It's a Division III school playing in the Skyline Conference out here on Long Island. And what 2 other Long Island Ducks also graduated from SUNY Old Westbury? Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses outside to Sanco. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll answer that here after Sanco's at bat. Give you a couple more moments to think. Now the 2-2 from Napo. Just does miss low and inside, and the count now full to Sanco. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So starting to see the signs for Sanco to come around here lately. He's been putting some better swings on the ball. Had a hit in his first at bat, now working nice at bat here. As the 3-2, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Picked up by the catcher Skelton. He throws down to first to complete the strikeout of Sanco. 4th strikeout for Greg Napo here on the evening, and the 3rd in a row. Dating back to Delta Cleary Jr.'s at bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Elmer Reyes. And now we'll answer our 4th inning trivia question. The 2 other Long Island Ducks that attended SUNY Old Westbury, one was a catcher by the name of Robert Sandora, who was a Duck in 2008 and 2009. First pitch to Elmer Reyes is in for a called strike. Count 0-1. He went undrafted, then had a 5-year stint in the Montreal Expos and Washington Nationals organization. As Reyes swings and misses, it's now 0-2. Then went on to play 117 games for the Ducks over 2 years. And hit a combined .251 with 5 home runs and 44 RBIs. He's one. The other is a little more recent. It's the 0-2 pitch. Misses low in the dirt. Count now 1-2 to Elmer Reyes. It's Rob Whitenack, who was a right-handed pitcher in 2014 for the Ducks. Pitched in 10 games, made 5 starts, had a 1-3 record with a 3.72 ERA. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground to third base, picked there by Rosa. He throws wide to first, but Griffin able to keep his back foot on the bag. That'll beat Reyes 5-3 on the ground out for the second out here in the 4th inning. Whitenack spent 4 years in the Cubs organization and won in the Cleveland Indians system after he was an 8th round pick of Chicago in 2009. A very short time Duck, again just 10 games during the 2014 season. The other SUNY Old Westbury Panthers to don the Long Island Ducks green and orange. First pitch to Jordan Pacheco with 2 outs and nobody on is fouled off. Counts 0-1. Pacheco fouled out to first base his first time. He's 0 for 1. Now hitting just .212 on the season, but again, that average is on its way up. Greg Knapp out of the line, the 0-1 pitch. This is low and inside. Count now even up at 1-1. As we mentioned, the first time up, Jordan Pacheco hitting about .350 over his last 10 games played. He's tearing the cover off the ball. Late swinging a foul ball by Pacheco. Count now 1-2. In fact, he's been the hottest Duck over the team's last 10 games. Now, granted, Pacheco hasn't played in all of them. He's got 6 hits, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs, and a .375 batting average in that span. Right-handed batter against the lefty Napo, the 1-2. All foot off the fists in a shallow center, going back to shortstop McGigan. He makes the catch in the heel of the glove for out number 3. It's 8 in a row retired for Greg Napo since the Alexburg home run. And the score is 2-1 in favor of the New Britain Bees. We go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey, boys and girls,
Go to the top of the 5th inning, and fans, you can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee, available at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks, and you can visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com, or you can visit their cafes out in the Hamptons next time you're out there. A lovely area of this great Long Island. Tyler Levine out to the mound to start his 5th inning of work tonight. He's allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. Through his first 4, struck out 5 and walked 1. He'll face Jamar Walton, Jake McGigan, and Yusuke Kajimoto, 8, 9, and 1 in the New Britain lineup. So Jamar Walton digs in. He's 0 for 1. 284 on the season coming into play today. Spent last year with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here in the Atlantic League, now a New Britain B. Left-handed batter against the righty Levine. The first pitch, swinging a fly ball lifted in the air pretty deep to center field, but playable for Delta Cleary Jr.'s. Got it in his sights, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 set aside on just 1 pitch for Tyler Levine in the top of the 5th.
The shortstop number 2, Jake McGuigan.
79 degrees and humid here at first pitch. Partly cloudy. It's cooled all the way down to 77 degrees. Still nice and bright as the first pitch to McGegan is rolled foul up the first base line. Touched up by Jordan Pacheco as it was rolling towards the first base bag. Balls and a strike, the count to McGegan, who flew out to right field his first time out. He's talking with New Britain Breeze broadcaster Chris Knobloch before the game. And he said that because it's Irish night here at Bethpage Ballpark, Jake McGegan is due for a big game. He's hitting just .206 on this season. But he said last night when the Bees hosted their Irish Heritage Night, as the 0-1 pitch misses low, the count now 1-1 to McGegan. I should say last year when they hosted that. McGegan went 4 for 4 and had his best game of the season. 0 for 1 so far here today. Levine with a look in at Alex Berg. Now he comes set in the 1-1. Misses outside. The count now 2 balls and a strike to McGegan. A little bit of a rough go for Jake this year. Again, not only the 206 average, but 277 on base, 270 slugging. He's not drawing walks. He's not getting extra base hits when he is making the contact. The 2-1 misses. It's now 3-1. He's struck out 36 times this season. And for McGegan, this is his 53rd game played. 141 at-bats entering tonight. 3 balls and a strike to count to McGegan with Yusuke Kajimoto on deck. Levine comes to an agreement with Alex Berg. Now the pitch. Owen misses low and gets away from Alex Berg for ball 4. Berg will hustle to go get it as McGegan trots down to first base with the second walk issued by Tyler Levine to the game.
Back to the top of the order for the New Britain Bees.
Flips the lineup card over and brings up Yusuke Kajimoto. And it's also going to bring Billy Horn out of the dugout for the Ducks to go chat with Tyler Levine. Try and settle him down a little bit. And again, Levine's been used primarily as a reliever this season. So the idea here in this game is to just kind of ride Levine as much as you can. 5 innings, 6 tops in terms of where his pitch count is at. You know, you never know. But coming into this inning, it was at 52. 6 pitches here so far, so that gives us 58 so far for Tyler Levine. I think this visit to the mound was as much Billy Horn going out and having some words with Tyler Levine as much as it was Billy Horn going out and having some words with Matt Cain, the home plate umpire. A couple of those pitches to McGegan were very close. And Levine's had a lot of borderline strikes not go in his direction. I'll bring up Yusuke Kajimoto, switch hitter, batting left. There goes, to the ground to first base, and that is a fair ball. Grabbed by Pacheco. He'll step on the bag at first to retire Kajimoto. Heading down to second is Jake McGegan, as again he was off and running with the pitch, so no chance for the Ducks to try and turn 2.
Bees catcher, number 3, James
Kajimoto now 0 for 3 as he grounds out 3 unassisted for the second out in the inning, and that'll bring up James Skelton. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th, 2 on the score in favor of the New Britain Bees. Each team with 4 hits. Neither team has committed an error thus far. Lefty hitting James Skelton, the catcher, and number 2 man up at the plate. Green set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-1. Skelton 1 for 2. A single and a run scored back in the 3rd inning is also grounded out to first base. 245 on the season. Again, that high on base percentage with that great batter's eye. The 0-1 on the outside corner for strike. It's now 0-2 to Skelton. He's got really one of the best and most advanced eyes in terms of knowing where the strike zone is in the entire Atlantic League. Levine comes to an agreement with Berg. Now is set. Look back at second. The pitch. We had a fly ball lifted in the air down the left field line, twisting over into foul ground. Ford with a slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did! Lou Ford with a sliding catch, and that ends the inning. 10 out of 10 for Lou Ford, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 New Britain. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball.
Hey fans, this is Yuri De La Rosa, left-hander pitcher, and you are listening to Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant, or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. The score is 2-1 in favor of the New Britain Kings. Joe Seal here with you on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Greg Napo finishing up his warm-up tosses. He'll face Alex Berg, Giovanni Alfonso, and Dan Lyons. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Napo has retired 8 in a row entering this frame. We'll also check scores from around the Atlantic League here in this inning. Get those out of the way right now. In the bottom of the fourth inning, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs trail the York Revolution 3-2 at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. Constellation Field, the Sugarland Skeeters and Lancaster Barnstormers getting set to get underway in about 15 minutes in the Central Time Zone. It's an 8:05 p.m. start in Sugarland, Texas. And the Somerset Patriots lead the Bridgeport Bluefish 3-0 in the bottom of the second as Alex Berg rips the first pitch of the inning foul down the left field line and off the roof of the Smokin' Owls Party Deck and Beer Garden down the left field line. Count 0-1 to Berg, who has accounted for the only run of the game for the Ducks, a solo home run back in the second. Now the 0-1 misses low in the dirt, count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. For Berg, it was his 7th home run of the year and his 23rd run batted in for one of the Ducks' 5 All-Stars who took place in the festivities last Wednesday. Somerset County, New Jersey, as the 1-1 misses outside. It's now 2-1 to Berg. But Greg Napo's really settled in nicely since that home run. Again, having retired 8 in a row and struck out 4. As the pitch to Berg is popped up foul behind home plate. The catcher Skelton for a look, but he's going to run out of room as a fan has it hit off his hand and then off the netting, and he picks it back up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Berg. Napo, as we were talking about earlier on in the broadcast, originally part of the Miami Marlins organization, where he was used mainly as a relief pitcher throughout his time in that org. 2-2. This is outside. It's now 3-2. Again, this is just his 2nd start of the season. 4 overall appearances for the Bees. He did some starting this year in Double and Triple-A with Jacksonville and New Orleans as Berg hits one on a rope out towards right field, but playable for Jordan Hinshaw. It hangs up in enough time for him to make the catch. That's now 9 in a row retired by Napo. Bring up Giovanni Alfonso with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're chatting a little bit about those ridiculous names, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the New Orleans Baby Cakes. It was just announced last week that the Gwinnett Braves, which is the Braves AAA affiliate, a perfectly good name, no reason to change it. As the first pitch to Alfonso misses inside, the count 1-0. They're going to be changing their name for some reason. And they announced the finalists that you can go and vote on. 1-0 pitch to Alfonso is driven in the air, high and deep to left field. Bierfeld going back, and that ball is gone. Giovanni Alfonso with a solo home run. Depositing the pitch over the left field wall. We are tied up at 2 on Alfonso's second of the season. An all-star snub, but coming up big for the Ducks. Like he has all season long. That'll bring up Dan Lyons. The game tied up at 2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Out of the windup, Napo deals the first pitch. Breaking ball misses low, the count 1 ball and no strikes. But yes, the Gwinnett Braves, who play in Gwinnett County, Georgia, as part of the International League. It's the 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air down the left field line by Lyons. That'll get down for extra bases. Dan turns first and looks to go for second, and he's going to make it in there standing with a double. Takes a wide turn at the bag, but then he'll head on back in as Connor Bierfeld got the ball in quickly. So after 9 in a row retired by Napo, a home run and a double for the Ducks. Breaking out the lumber here in the bottom of the 5th. Game tied at 2. And now Quinn Berry in the top of the lineup coming up against Napo. And it's kind of funny that Gwinnett plays in the International League. They're in Georgia. New Orleans, where Napo was, is in the Pacific Coast League. So when I think Pacific, I think New Orleans, Louisiana, but there's a whole reason and a half behind that. Napo comes set. Takes a look back at second. Now the pitch to Berry. Swinging a ground ball to the right side of the infield. That'll advance the runner. As Kajimoto comes up with it and throws on to first in time to retire Berry. There's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th, or rather 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Lyons advances to third. Bring up Delta Cleary Jr.
Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
But here are the finalists for the new Gwinnett team nickname. They're either going to be the Gwinnett Big Mouths, I assume Big Mouth Bass, the Gwinnett Gobblers, like turkey, the Gwinnett Hush Puppies, like the delicious fried food that you find down south. First pitch to Delta Cleary Jr. is a shin-high strike, the count 0-1. The Gwinnett Lamb Chops, which they just recycled from Lynchburg last year. The Gwinnett Sweet Teas, another southern delicacy, or the Gwinnett Buttons, which is my favorite of the lots. As the pitch to Cleary is in for strike, it's 0-2. It's because it is a nice little history joke for those of you who are up on your U.S. history. 0-2 pitch to Delta Cleary Jr. is ripped fouled on the right field line. We'll do it again at 0-2. Because Gwinnett County, Georgia is named for a Revolutionary era politician named Button Gwinnett. And Button Gwinnett basically was one of the few Southerners who was in favor of the Declaration of Independence. As the pitch is hit on the ground to shortstop, picked up by McGee from the first route, number 3. But I like that little historical tie-in for Button Gwinnett of Georgia. Game tied at 2 on the strength of a solo home run from Giovanni Alfonso. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Melville, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win. Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. The game is tied at 2, and we have a new pitcher in the game for the Long Island Ducks. It's the right-hander Rob Rogers who enters, which means that Tyler Levine's night is through. We'll get you his final line in just a moment. But we'll tell you first that Rob Rogers is making his 32nd appearance of the season and is 1-0 with a 2.58 ERA, 2 saves, has struck out 19, walked 15 in 38 in the 3rd innings pitched. He is a ground ball specialist. We'll also tell you to follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to beat the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs this year, Chappie's Funeral Homes is going to donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. The home run from Giovanni Alfonso in the bottom of the 5th inning was the Ducks' 2nd home run of the game and 61st of the season, meaning the Ducks need just 39 home runs in their final 59 games of the year. To meet that Chappie's Home Run Challenge, it'll be the first time in 3 years that the Ducks will have met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. As a little bit of a delay here. Not quite sure what the cause was, but Kevin Baez was down on the field chatting with Fred DeJesus, the crew chief, as was Ducks president and general manager Mike Pfaff. So hopefully whatever it is was something relatively minor and won't affect the rest of the game. It'll be Jovan Rosa, John Griffin, and Connor Bierfeld due up for New Britain. As the first pitch to Rosa is hit on the ground sharply to 3rd, but there's Alfonso to pick him. He'll throw on to 1st in time to retire Rosa. 1 up and 1 set aside for Rob Rogers, and he does what he does best, and that's induce a ground ball on the very first pitch.
First baseman, number 33.
We're gone here in the top of the 6th, game tied at 2. As John Griffin now comes up to the plate. Final line for Tyler Levine, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits. Gave up 2 runs, both were earned. He walked 2 and struck out 5, tying a season high in both of those last 2 categories. So Griffin digs in, stands straight up and down as the first pitch is in at the knees from Rogers. A called strike. The count is 0-1. Levine can neither win nor lose the game as he exits with a 2-2 tie. Rogers comes set, now the 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. The count 0-2. Levine called on to make a spot start today. As the Ducks a little short-handed in the starting rotation. Pitched about as well as anybody could have asked. As the 0-2 misses outside, it's now 1-2. Here to Griffin, who was 0 for 2 today. A strikeout back in the 1st inning, and then he grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Levine has been helped out by a couple of spectacular plays by his corner outfielders. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Griffin. Goes down on strikes. 6th strikeout for Ducks pitching today, and the 1st for Rob Rogers in the game.
Section 205 this evening.
There's now 2 gone here in the 6th inning.
New Britain Bees, left fielder, number 28, Connor Bierfeld.
Officially, Levine threw 71 pitches, 50 strikes. Those interested in what his final pitch count ended up being tonight. It's pretty darn good considering, again, he's been used as a reliever for most of the season, even though he has gone multiple innings several times. First pitch to Connor Bierfeld is in at the knees for a called strike. Count 0-1 to the Bees slugger. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a flyout. We told you about great diving catches from Quentin Berry and a nice sliding catch from Lou Ford. The 0-1 is popped up in the air, right side of the infield, now in fair territory. Jordan Pacheco, the first baseman, is there, and he makes the catch to end the inning. 1-2-3 frame for Rob Rogers. That is the first PSE&G Long Island 1-2-3 energy efficient inning of the game. With energy efficiency programs from PSE&G Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. One more way, PSEG Long Island is making things work for you. Game tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Game tied at 2 between the New Britain Bees and the Long Island Ducks. New pitcher in the game for the New Britain Bees is the left-hander Brandon Fry. Fry is 6'3", 195-pounder from Jacksonville, Florida. He comes in to relieve Greg Napo. I'll tell you Napo's final line in just a moment. But first, on Fry, this is his 38th appearance of the season. He is 0-2 with a 3.68 earned run average. 36 2/3 innings for Fry this year, 27 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 32 hits allowed. Opponents hitting just 239 against the Southpaw. And they'll face the meat of the Long Island lineup in Lou Ford, Angelo Sunko, and Elmer Reyes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a battle of the bullpens as both starting pitchers are now out of the contest, both having gone 5 innings. Fry comes set with the light glove up against his chest, and now the first pitch to Ford. It's a two-seam fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Greg Napo's final line, 5 innings. He gave up 2 runs, both of which were earned on 6 hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 4. Now the 0-1 from Fry, curveball that hits the inside corner, count 0-2. Ford 1 for 2 in the game, singled back in the first and struck out swinging in the third. At one point, Napo retired 9 Ducks batters in a row in between home runs. 0-2 pitch, breaking ball bends around the outside of the plate, count now 1-2. A home run from Alex Berg in the 2nd inning, and a home run from Giovanni Alfonso in the 5th gave the Ducks their 2 runs, and in between, 9 up and 9 down for Greg Napo. Timeout called here at home plate for the 1-2 from Brandon Fry. Now the 1-2. Curveball hit foul up the third base line past third base coach and manager Kevin Baez. So he had it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a strong second start for Greg Napo. After his first start of the season, did not go very well. Only lasted 4 innings against Somerset, Only gave up a run on 3 hits, but we'd like to see a little bit more length out of him, especially after a pretty lengthy layoff from his last outing. 1-2 pitch. Swinging ground ball foul up the third base line. Do it again at a ball and 2 strikes to Ford. But again, solid outing for Napo. But he cannot win, nor can he lose today's game. Fry works from the third base side of the rubber as he bends over at a 45-degree angle. So looks for the pitch. Now comes set, and the offering is low. Skips away from the catcher, Skelton. Count even up, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lou Ford. One of the things that I had wanted to mention about Greg Napo tonight, I wasn't able to get in while he was still in the game, was how he was teammates in 2012 with the late Jose Fernandez. 2-2s through the wickets of Skelton down in the dirt and all the way to the backstop. It's now full 3-2 to Ford. Napo and Fernandez. Napo was 23 at the time. Fernandez was just a 19-year-old kid. Not only were they teammates with the Greensboro Grasshoppers, but they were also very good friends. 3-2 misses low and inside to Ford for ball 4. It's the first Ducks walk of the game, and it's presented by CityMD Urgent Care. Over 15 CityMD locations across Long Island. If you need a doctor, just walk in. Gotta bring up Angelo Sonko. Runner on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Game tied at 2. But Napo and Fernandez both had this great bonds because they were both guys who were kind of workhorses who would get to the ballpark early and get a lot of work in, and they developed a close friendship through that during their year in Greensboro. As the pitch to Sonko, crushed deep to right field, and that one is long gone. Angelo Sonko with a 2-run homer, and the Ducks take the lead 4-2. Team leading 14th. Check that, 15th for Sonko this year. Coming off a lefty nonetheless. A 2-run shot, the Ducks on top. And the 3rd home run of the night for Long Island. Brings up Elmer Reyes with the Ducks with their first lead of the game, which is grounded foul up the third base line. Count 0-1. But Napo told a story about Jose Fernandez in a moment they shared. Just at the field one day, and they were out on the field just kind of messing around, hitting balls off the tee, because of course the National League, minor league clubs, pitchers hit, but only once you get up to the AA level. As the pitch is tapped back to the mound, fielded there by Fry. The throw on to first and plenty of time to get Elmer Reyes for out number 1 in the inning. That'll bring up Jordan Pacheco with 1 gone. 4-2, the Ducks lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pacheco coming up to the plate, 0 for 2 today. Napo said they were messing around, just hitting balls off at tee. Said they had never seen Fernandez hit before, so Fernandez, this 19-year-old kid, just picks up a ball, puts it on the tee that's at home plate, turns to Napo and says, "I bet you $20 I can hit it over the center field wall." It's the first pitch to Pacheco, misses high and outside for a ball. The count 1-0. And Napo, as you could imagine, was very skeptical that Fernandez was going to be able to do that. So he took him on for the bet. He said, off a tee, just from a standstill, there's no way. 1-0 to Pacheco, misses. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. So on the first swing with no warm-up, Fernandez apparently takes a cut right over the center field wall, turns to Napo and says, "You owe me $20. Apparently he just let him slide at the end of the day, but what a nice moment those two shared as the 2-0 skips through the legs of James Skelton and goes to the backstop. It's now 3-0. But both Napo and Fernandez were all-stars in the South Atlantic League that year. Napa went 4-4 with a 2.77 ERA. Fernandez 7-0 with a 1.59 before getting bumped up to the Florida State League in High A with Jupiter. Marlins organization then, of course, was in the major leagues the very next year. Rio pitch to Pacheco, misses high and outside for ball 4. Second walk of the inning for the Ducks, another walk presented by City MD Urgent Care. 15 City MD locations across Long Island. If you need a doctor, just walk in.
Long Island captain number 23, Alex Berg. Number 23.
And of course, last September was the boating accident that Fernandez tragically lost his life, along with 2 others. It just kind of rocked the baseball world as Alex Berg steps in. The first pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 0-1. Berg 1 for 2, a solo home run and a fly out to right field with coming against Greg Napo. This Brandon Fry on the mound for New Britain now. But Napo said, well, his reaction was shocking, obviously. He said at first he have to think that it was a hoax or something. You're just hoping and praying that it's not true. And of course, it did turn out to be, and he, was very, very emotional around that time, as many were, especially those who knew him. 0-1 pitch misses low and outside. Now 1-1 to Alex Berg. He said about him, he just exemplified confidence and mental toughness. Said he would have been the best pitcher in the big leagues for the next 10 years, and I think there's certainly a lot of people who agree with Napo's assessment. 1-1, swing and a miss by Berg. Count now 1-2. That was B's starting pitcher today, Greg Napo, teammates with the late Jose Fernandez back in the 2012 season, and more than that, he was his friends. Fry comes set. Now the 1-2 to Berg will have to wait for a pickoff attempt at first base, and Pacheco gets back in standing. Pacheco is 2 for 2 stealing bases with the Ducks this season. He'll sneak one every now and then. Now the 1-2. Swing, ground ball hit out towards shortstop. Play down a hot shot by McGigan. Goes to second for 1. Kajimoto to first. Double play. And the inning is over. But the Ducks take their first lead of the game thanks to a 2-run home run from Angelo Sanko. That was the only hit of the inning, and they don't leave anyone on base. We go to the 7th. The score is 4-2 in favor of the Ducks. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the 7th inning to score 4-2 in favor of the Long Island Ducks. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond. It's where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, which is the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Maybe you want to stop by the Waddle-In shop on Wednesday when the Ducks wrap up their 3-game series with the New Britain Bees. That'll be a Waddle-In Wednesday, where one selected item in the store will be available 20% off. It is a mystery item that the Ducks will reveal via their social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram on Wednesday. So make sure you're following at LI Ducks on Twitter and Instagram, and Long Island Ducks Baseball on Facebook, so you can stay up to date on all of the latest goings-on with the Ducks. Rob Rogers stays in the game to start his second inning of relief, and the first pitch is a strike to Jordan Hinshaw, and the count's 0-1. Hinshaw 1 for 2 in the game, a single his last time up in the 4th inning, also struck out against Tyler Levine. Now the 0-1. That's on the outside corner for a called strike, count 0-2. Rogers threw a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th, took him just 7 pitches to do it. He's now out there to start his second inning of relief. Last night, John Lannon threw 3 innings of relief for the Ducks, so now for the second straight night, a multi-inning relief appearance for Ducks relievers. The 0-2 misses high and outside. It's now 1-2 to Hinshaw. Hinshaw, Michael Krause, and Jamar Walton to do up for New Britain. Here in the top of the 7th. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Rogers with a good sinker. And Hinshaw swung right over the top of it. It's now 7 strikeouts for Ducks pitching, along with 6 in a row retired. Combined between Tyler Levine and Rob Rogers, a couple of Long Island boys doing some strong work for the Ducks. Levine, of course, from East Meadow, New York, as we've talked about, as we brought up several times. Rob Rogers from Islip. Pitch to Krause. He bunts on it and fouls it back to the backstop. Might have caught a piece of Alex Berg on its way back. Count 0-1. Krause 0 for 1 officially today. Drew a walk his first time up back in the 2nd inning. Also flew out to right field in the 4th. 4-2 the score in favor of the Long Island Ducks over the New Britain Bees. Game 1 of a 3-game set. We'll be back in action tomorrow night. 6:35 p.m. start at Bethpage Ballpark as Krause drives one up the middle. Ranging to his left, Lyons with a dive. He can't get it. And the ball sneaks through into center field for base hits. So a soft single for Michael Krause into center field. Sets the Bees up with a runner on first and 1 out here in the 7th inning. Bring up Jamar Walton. But in tomorrow's game, it'll be Henderson Alvarez, one of the newest Ducks, making his team debut. Of course, former big leaguer, threw a no-hitter with the Miami Marlins on the final day of the 2013 season. Henderson Alvarez against former Philadelphia Philly John Pettibone. So 2 former big league righties going at it tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. start at Bethpage Ballpark. Pitch to Walton, swung on and missed, count 0-1. Runner on first, 4-2 Ducks on top. To get your tickets to tomorrow's game, you can give the Ducks box office a call at 631-940-TIXX. That's 8499 on your telephone dial. Also go to liducks.com, get your tickets online, because it is a 2 for Tuesday as the pitch is swung on a miss. Runner goes, through it on to second, is in time. Krause thrown out, trying to steal second. Alex Berg catching Michael Krause, trying to steal second base. That is the 9th time this year that Krause has been thrown out trying to steal. But stealing goes 2-6 for out number 2 in the inning, and the pitch was a strike. So it's now 0-2 to Jamar Walton. Pitch, swinging a ground ball hit to third base. Charging hard, Alfonso. He fields, throws to first in time to retire Walton. And down go the Bees here in inning number 7. It's time to get up and stretch. The Ducks lead the Bees 4-2. You're listening to Long Island Ducks Baseball.
On your feet, let's all reach to the sky.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Angelo Sanco, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom, featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Another pitcher in the game for the New Britain Bees. It's the right-hander Mike Heppel, and he'll be the third pitcher in for New Britain. He relieves Brandon Fry, who went 1 inning, allowed 2 runs on 1 hit, the 2-run home run from Angelo Sunko. He also walked 2 batters and didn't strike out anybody. Mike Heppel into the game for New Britain. His season line reads like this. This is his 22nd appearance. He's 1-0 with a 3.23 ERA. 30 2/3 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts for Heppel, but an egregious 23 walks and 30 hits allowed. And it's hitting at .256 against the righty Heppel. So that brings up Giovanni Alfonso to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch is hit on the ground out towards shortstop. Fielded by McGigan. He throws low to first, but a nice pick made by John Griffin is in time to retire Giovanni Alfonso. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Coming up, Dan Lyons will be followed by Quentin Berry to do up against the righty Heppel.
Shortstop, number 12, Dan Lyons, number 12.
Lyons is 1 for 2 today, doubled his last time up, also took a called third strike in this game. Heppel comes set at the letters and the pitch. This is low and the count 1 ball and no strikes to Dan Lyons. Lyons hitting .250 on the season. And the pitch. For a strike, and the count now even up at 1-1. Infield and outfield playing straight away against Lyons, with the third baseman Rosa about a step behind the bag at third. As the 1-1 misses low, it's now 2 balls and a strike to Lyons. Dan, the second longest tenured Duck position player behind only Lou Ford. 7 years on Long Island. The 2-1 hit on the ground to shortstop, picked by McGigan again. Another low throw and another nice pick by John Griffin over at first base. 2 up and 2 set aside for Heppel here in this bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Quentin Berry in the top of the lineup. Ducks have all 4 of their runs on 3 long balls tonight. Home run from Alex Berg in the 2nd, from Giovanni Alfonso in the 5th, and Angelo Sunko in the 6th inning. Giving the Ducks 62 home runs this season. Of course, if they hit 100, they've met the Chappie's home run challenge. The first pitch to Berry misses low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. That means the Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Now the 1-0 to Berry. Late swinging a foul down the left field line. That'll get well out of play. Count even up at a ball and a strike. here to Quinton. Berg, it was his 7th homer of the year. Alfonso hit his 2nd, and Sunko his team-leading 15th. Heppel's set now the 1-1. Swing a tapper foul up the first base line. Count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lights on here at Bethpage Ballpark. Though there is still some twilight upstairs. Not enough light to play a baseball game underneath. So there's new LED lights illuminating the playing surface. Now the 1-2 from Heppel. He misses upstairs. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Quinton Berry, who's been a very nice addition to the Ducks. This is just his 7th game, but he's made some nice plays defensively. He's done some good job offensively, stolen 4 bases, a couple doubles and RBI, and getting on base quite a bit. Pitch hit on the ground up the middle, hits off the side of the mound. Caroms over to Yusuke Kajimoto at second. He throws on to first. Just in time to get the hustling Berry for out number 3 here in the 7th. We'll head to the 8th inning. It's the Long Island Ducks 4 and the New Britain Bees 2. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We go to the top of the 8th inning, and Rob Rogers remains in the game to start his 3rd inning of relief for Long Island. Why not? He's thrown just 16 pitches, 6 up and 6 retired in his first 2. Hey, Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. First pitch at the top of the 8th inning to Jake McGigan misses upstairs. The count 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be McGigan, the 9-hitter, followed by Yusuke Kajimoto and James Skelton for the Bees. The pitch, swinging a ground ball hit out towards shortstop. Played on the backhand by Lyons. He throws across to first. Plenty of time to get McGigan. It's out number 1 here in the 8th inning. So Rob Rogers continues to roll grounders left and right.
Back to the top of the order for the New Britain Bees.
Bring up Yusuke Kajimoto, who's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. All of that coming against Tyler Levine in the game. Well, the sports world, and especially Long Island and the Ducks, lost a great friend and great personality over the weekend with the passing of Bob Wolf at the age of 96. Yusuke Kajimoto flies one into center field. And back on it, Cleary Jr., he makes the catch for out number 2 here in the 8th. He was a great friend of the Ducks, and the Ducks, before today's game, held a moment of silence before the national anthems to honor Wolf, whose 78-year career in sports broadcasting is unparalleled by anyone. Not even Vince Scully could really claim what Bob Wolf could. A Baseball Hall of Famer. Called Don Larson's perfect game in the 1956 World Series. Was on the mic for the 1958 NFL championship game between the New York Giants and the Baltimore Colts, which was the first ever sudden death overtime game in football history, and really what many referred to as Skelton watches the first pitch miss low, the count 1-0. Many refer to that as the greatest football game ever played between those Giants and Colts. 1-0 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Count now even up at 1-1. He was also a terrific interviewer, and one that sticks out in my mind was his interview of Ted Williams, which is up in the Baseball Hall of Fame, playing on a loop. And I remember seeing that one time as a kid. So the 1-1 is fouled off by Skelton. It's now 1-2. Seeing that as a kid during a rain delay of some Mets game, and just kind of being mesmerized by this old black and white footage of this guy, these two guys just standing around and talking baseball at Fenway Park. Bob Wolf lived a great full life and was beloved by just about everyone who he ever came in contact with. 1-2 misses low to Skelton. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, has been out here to Bethpage Ballpark throughout a first pitch before, and again, it has been a great friend of this team since its inception in 2000. With his passing, a little bit of the Ducks went with it. Pitch in for a called strike 3 to James Skelton. 3rd strikeout for Rob Rogers, and the 8th overall for Ducks pitching tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-2 Long Island. You're listening to Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Zach Treese, and you're listening to Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant, or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Long Island Ducks lead the New Britain Bees 4-2, and another new pitcher in the game for New Britain. It's the right-hander Eric Fornatero, who comes in to make his 14th appearance of the season. He started off the year as a starter, made 8 starts, and is 0-2 with a 6 ERA. 36 innings, struck out 17 and walked a ghastly 20, and has allowed 42 hits, opponents hitting 296 against the former big leaguer Fornatero. That'll close the book on Mike Heppel. Went an inning and got 3 groundouts. Pretty solid frame for Heppel. And now it'll be up to Fornatero to face 2, 3, and 4 in the Ducks lineup in Delta Cleary Jr., Luke Ford, and Angelo Sanco. This inning, we'll take a look at some scores from around the Atlantic League tonight. Full slate of games going on. We'll also check some local MLB action as both the Mets and Yankees in action tonight. We're in the top of the 7th inning at Regency Furniture Stadium. The York Revolution and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are tied up at 3 in Waldorf. Bottom of the 2nd, the Sugarland Skeeters trail the Lancaster Barnstormers 4-0. Constellation Field in Sugarland, Texas. And at the ballpark at Harbor Yard in the top of the 5th inning, the Somerset Patriots lead the Bridgeport Bluefish 6-0. New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals are scoreless in the top of the 5th inning, though the Cardinals have the bases loaded and 2 outs against Zach Wheeler. Adam Wainwright on the mound for St. Louis tonight. It's the first pitch. Delta Cleary Jr. misses inside, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. To Delta, who's 1 for 3 today, a single, a strikeout, and a ground out. Up for the 4th time here in the bottom of the 8th. 4-2, the Ducks on top. Meanwhile, the Yankees in Minnesota playing the Twins at Target Field tonight. As the 1-0 misses, it's now 2-0 to Cleary. They're in the middle of the 2nd inning, still scoreless there. Again, between the Twins and the Yankees, Brian Mitchell on the mound for New York. Minnesota, though, countering with a young left-hander as the pitch is hit on the ground up the first baseline. Picked behind the bag by John Griffin, who will beat Delta Cleary Jr. in a foot race by himself. It is Adalberto Mejia pitching for the Twins, making his 14th appearance of the season and just his 15th career appearance. So that'll bring up Lou Ford, who's had himself another nice night. Single back in the 1st, and then a walk and a run scored ahead of the Angelo Sonko home run in the 6th. Ford officially 1 for 2, raising his batting average up to 285 on the season. Fornatero comes set, and now the pitch. Fastball strike in at the knees, and the count 0-1 to Lou Ford. Fornatero dangles the right arm as he looks into his catcher, James Skelton, for this sign. Now comes to the high set in the pitch. Line jib down the right field line. That one's got a chance. It's going to one-hop off the wall, and this will be extra bases for Ford. Played by Hinshaw into second base, where Ford slides in well ahead of the tag. It's a double for Lou Ford with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. His 2nd hit of the game, and the Ducks 8th overall. Good hustle there by Ford, smelling extra bases all the way. We've already seen Hinshaw's strong arm on display early in the game. And he delivered a strike from right field to home plate to throw Delta Cleary Jr. out, trying to score back in the 1st inning on an Angelo Sonko single. And now Sonko at the plate, working on a 2-hit game and starting to break out of this funk that he's been in for the better part of 2 weeks. First pitch in at the knees for a called strike to Sonko, count 0-1. A single and a 2-run homer for Angelo today, after he came in hitting just .097 in his last 9 games played. Fornatero dangles the right arm as he looks into Skelton. Ford with a healthy leadoff second base, being kept close by the shortstop Jake McGigan. Fornatero will look back at second, now the 0-1. It's been a tapper foul at home plate. Count now 0-2 to Sonko. No balls and 2 strikes the count. 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 the score. Long Island on top of New Britain. 4-8-0 for the Ducks. 2-5-0 for the Bees. It's been a solid defensive game. Both teams flashed the gloves. As the pitch is fouled off by Sonko down the 3rd baseline. We'll do it again at 0-2. And Fornatero, the 4th pitcher in for New Britain. Greg Napo went the first 5 innings, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits. Brandon Fry allowed 2 runs on 1 hit in an inning of work. That was the Angelo Sonko 2-run shot in the 6th. And Mike Heppel threw a perfect 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 7th. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sonko goes down on strikes. 5th strikeout of the night for New Britain pitching. That's the 2nd out here in the 8th inning. I'll bring up Elmer Reyes. Reyes is 0 for 3 today, looking to change that here, perhaps pick up a run batted in the process, giving the Ducks an extra insurance run, up by 2, heading into the 9th inning. Rob Rogers has pitched 3 marvelous innings in relief. He's in line for the win tonight for Long Island. First pitch. Fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. The count 0-1. Reyes was a member of the Nicaraguan national team in the World Baseball Classic earlier this year. It's always nice to see some of those teams, those nations that you don't necessarily associate with baseball, being big baseball nations, as the 0-1 is swung on and missed by Reyes. Count now 0-2. It was nice to see them have a nice showing. Nicaragua had that. They didn't qualify for the World Baseball Classic, but in earlier rounds they were going. Gave it a nice run. Greg Napo, the starter for the Bees tonight, pitched for Team Colombia. That nearly upset the United States and the Dominican Republic. You know about the great saga of Team Israel. 0-2 pitch to Reyes, late swing and a foul ball. Do it again at 0-2. I don't think it's too long before we see maybe even a team from Africa start to make some noise in the World Baseball Classic. We're starting to see that in the Little League World Series, where African teams are making it. This year saw the Major League debut of the first ever African player, African-born, Mpo Ngope, or Gift Ngope, goes by both. The Pittsburgh Pirates, born in South Africa, but I don't think it's completely inconceivable that, I don't know, maybe you see a Zimbabwe team or something taking it in Little League World Series or World Baseball Classic in a few years. Baseball truly becoming an international sport, not just the American pastime anymore. 0-2 to Reyes, lined into center field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Ford. Here comes Krause's throw to the plate. It's way off line up the third base line. It's an RBI single for Elmer Reyes, and the Ducks grab a 5-2 lead. So there's the important insurance run for the Ducks, as that runs the lead now to 3 and brings up Jordan Pacheco.
Jordan Pacheco, number 15.
And that is the first run of the night for the Ducks that does not come on a home run. How about that? Ducks not a big home run hitting team. They had hit just 59 on the season coming into today, which is nowhere near the league lead. Team that's hit the most home runs this year, the Lancaster Barnstormers, with 84. It's kind of towards the middle of the pack in the league. They've been flashing some good bats, and they're a timely hit for Elmer Reyes. Now the pitch to Pacheco, lined through the left side and into left field for a base hit. So Jordan Pacheco swings at the first pitch and gets a good one to hit. Ripped it into the left field for a single. And back-to-back base hits for the Ducks. Put runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Alex Berg coming up to the plate, who broke out of a long slump with a home run back in the second inning, but has since 0 for 2 in.
Number 23.
He's got some good swings on the ball today, so perhaps Berg as well as Angelo Sanko starting to break out of their funks at just the perfect time. The Ducks need to go on a run here early on in the second half. Berg grounds one sharply to third base. It's picked by Jovan Rosa, and he will backpedal his way to third base. We'll go down to fielder's choice. 5 unassisted to end the inning. But the Ducks score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base. We head to the 9th. The score 5-2 in favor of Long Island. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is catcher Alex Berg, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't Get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
As we head to the top of the ninth inning, the Long Island Ducks have a 5-2 lead over the New Britain Bees, and there's a new pitcher in the game for Long Island. It is their closer, David Aardsma, relieving Rob Rogers after 3 wonderful innings of relief. We'll get you Rogers' final line in just a second, but first we'll tell you that David Aardsma comes in making his 18th appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with a 1.04 ERA and has a team-leading 8 saves, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, just 5 walks, and only 9 hits allowed. Baseball fans, if you downloaded the official Long Island Ducks mobile app yet, powered by Clear Vision apps, you can buy tickets and stay up to date on Long Island's hometown team right on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store in your Apple-powered device or Google Play in your Android-powered device. So David Aardsma will face the heart of the Bees lineup, Jovan Rosa, John Griffin, and Connor Bierfeld, with Long Island staked to a 3-run lead, 5-2, here in the top of the ninth inning. Here's the first pitch, Jovan Rosa. Fastball rides high and inside and brushes Rosa back to count 1 ball and no strikes. Final line for Rob Rogers, 3 innings, 1 hit allowed, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Faced the minimum after Michael Krause, who had that 1 hit, was caught stealing in the 7th inning. Now the 1-0 from Aardsma. Fastball misses outside, count now 2 balls and no strikes. Rogers would be in line for the victory for the Ducks. And with the win, he would improve to 2-0 on the season if Aardsma can close it out. Pitch swung on and lifted foul on the first base side. Back up into the sweet level. Count now 2 balls and a strike to Jovan Rosa. He's responsible for both New Britain RBIs today, a solo home run back in the first, and then an RBI double in the third, both coming against Ducks starting pitcher Tyler Levine. He gave up just 2 runs in 5 innings after being called on to spot start, having been used as a reliever for much of the season. And pitched brilliantly. Now the pitch from Aardsma. This is high and tight. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike. On the hook for New Britain is Brandon Fry. He was their second pitcher in the game as well after their starter Greg Napo allowed 2 runs in 5 innings to match Levine on 6 hits, though. Now Aardsma's set. The 3-1 to Rosa. Swinging a high pop-up foul behind home plate. Berg sheds the mask over looking for a play, but he is not going to have one as it lands down in the stands. And the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jovan Rosa. Five runs on 10 hits. No errors for Long Island. For New Britain to this point, it's 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they have left 2 runners on base. The Ducks have left a whopping 5. Not a lot of LOB in this game. Aardsma's set. And now the 3-2. Swinging a foul ball back behind home plate. That gets up into the Duck Club. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jovan Rosa. It's a very brisk game being played between these 2 teams tonight. Aardsma on the same page as Berg, now set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Aardsma blows a fastball by Rosa up and out of the strike zone, and that's out number 1 here in the 9th. 9 strikeouts for Ducks pitching. 5 and 5 innings for Levine, 3 and 3 innings for Rob Rogers. Now 1 here in the 9th for Dave Aardsma. Warming up John Griffin, the tall first baseman. As mentioned earlier, 6'6", 230 pounds. Griffin a behemoth at the plate in the first pitch. Misses high and inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Well, there was some minor league baseball news in a game between the Mobile Bay Bears and the Tennessee Smokies. That's the Los Angeles Angels and the Chicago Cubs AA affiliates. A perfect game just got broken up in the bottom of the 9th inning on a Tim Arakawa 1-out single as the pitch is swung on and missed by Griffin. Count now 1-1. It's notable not only because there was nearly a perfect game thrown tonight in baseball, which is always notable, but the Mobile Bay Bears had a perfect game thrown against them already this season. They nearly had a second perfect game thrown against them in the same year. 1-1 is fouled back by Griffin. Count now 1-2. I know there's been teams that have been no-hit twice in a year. The Mets back in 2015 were no-hit by Chris Heston and Max Scherzer, both in the same year when they reached the World Series. But I can't say, I don't think there's ever been a team that's had 2 perfect games. Now the 1-2 quick pitch from Aardsman. It's grounded up the middle and into center field for a base hit for John Griffin. 6th hit of the night for the New Britain Bees. And it gives him a 1-out base runner here in the 9th inning. But it still keeps the tying run in the on-deck circle as Connor Bierfeld comes up to the plate. Bierfeld, a big power threat with 13 home runs on the year, but even a home run here, the Ducks still lead by 1. Runner at first, Griffin being held on by Jordan Pacheco, the first baseman. The pitch, chopped foul. Third base line into the camera well at the end of the New Britain Bees dugout. 0-1 to Connor Bierfeld, who's 0 for 3 today. A strikeout, a fly out, and then a pop out. Aardsma, long look in at Alex Berg for his signs. Now it comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, popped up foul back behind home plate and up into the Duck Club suiting. Count out 0-2 to Bierfeld. Ground ball gets the Ducks out of this one with a victory. Oh man, you wouldn't believe this in that perfect game. Now not only is the perfect game gone, shutout's gone too. A home run just tied the game at 2. Top of the 9th after a perfect game into the 9th. Now they're just struggling to hang on and win are the Tennessee Smokies as the 1-2 pitch is down in the dirt. It's now 1-2, pardon me. Baseball is a wacky and sometimes cruel game. The Ducks have hit 3 home runs tonight. 1 from Alex Berg, 1 from Giovanni Alfonso, and 1 from Angelo Sonco. 2 from guys who've been struggling mightily, and 1 from a guy who's not really a power hitter. Because you just never do know in baseball. The 1-2 from Aardsma. It's been a high fly ball lifted in the air down the left field line. Foul territory, Alfonso for a look, the third baseman. But he runs out of room as that one lands down about 10 rows back in the stands. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes to Connor Bierfeld. John Griffin aboard at first base has stolen 1 base in 1 attempt this year. Not a guy who runs a lot. Get an idea of his speed. Of course, he is 6'6", 230. Aardsma's set. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball missed down in the dirt. Good block by Berg to keep the runner Griffin at first. Count even up, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, David Ardsma trying to lock down his 9th save of the season. Elsewhere in the Atlantic League tonight, York Revolution and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs still tied at 3 in the top of the 8th. Somerset leads Bridgeport 7-0, top of the 6th inning at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. Ardsma comes set, the 2-2, swinging a pop-up behind home plate. Berg over for a look. Does he have a play at the screen? He does not, as it hits down in the second row of seating. Do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Connor Bierfeld. Final game in the Atlantic League, it's the Lancaster Barnstormers 5 and the Sugarland Skeeters 0. Local MLB action, the St. Louis Cardinals lead the New York Mets 2-1. Home run for Michael Conforto for the Mets in today's ball game. New York Yankees taking on the Minnesota Twins and trailing by a score of 1-0. RBI hit for Eddie Rosario. The 2-2 pitch is popped up right side of the infield. Pacheco underneath, fighting the lights, and he makes the catch for out number 2 as Bierfeld slams the bat down in frustration and heads back to the dugout. Now 2 gone here in the inning, and Ardsma just 1 out away from locking down the save and the win, which would improve the Ducks to 1 game over 500 overall. They came in at 40-40 on the year, 4-6 in the second half, so they'd be 1 game under in half number 2. New Britain 31-48 this year, 5-4 in half number 2. Somerset Patriots won the first half, locked up a playoff spot. Now it's a free-for-all in half 2. Get the other one. Pitch goes off the glove of Berg and all the way to the backstop. Heading down to second base will be John Griffin. 1 ball and no strikes. The count to Hinshaw, as that'll go down as a wild pitch. Announced attendance tonight, 4,504. 4504. Some have left, many have stayed. Hoping to watch the Ducks complete this 5-2 victory on Irish Night, presented by Shandon Court. First 1,500 fans got these awesome, like, color-changing stadium cups. When a cold liquid is put into this cups, it turns green. Dark green when it's really cold, and then it gets lighter and lighter as your drink gets out towards room temperature. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Down now 1-1 to Jordan Hinshaw. It's the best invention since they figured out how to make mountains blue on Coors Light. But in all seriousness, it's a pretty darn cool cup. It's the Ducks friends over at Shandon Court, a great Irish restaurant in East Islip. They're sponsoring the night. 1-1 misses high and outside. It's now 2-1 to Hinshaw. We heard the Irish national anthem sung in Gaelic before the game, as well as the American national anthem, which was sung by the proprietor of Shandon Court. Two balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now 2-2. The Ducks are 1 strike away from winning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as David Ardsma grabs the rosin bag. And exhales deeply. Ardsma, 15-year pro. He's got his signs from Alex Berg. Now he comes set. A look back at second. The 2-2. Just does miss outside as Hinshaw started his swing but was able to hold off. Hinshaw is 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts tonight. The Ducks have struck out 9 Bs in the contest so far. Now timeout called as Hinshaw reaches down to his left cleat to adjust his shoelaces and his little piece of armor that he keeps on his left shin. Now he digs back in. 3-2 with the fans clapping. Aardsma set. The delivery. Swing a line drive, base hit into left field. Getting the wave around at third is Griffin. Forward comes up throwing. Ball will be cut off by the third baseman Alfonso. Coming in to score is John Griffin. And the score now 5-3 in favor of New Britain as they've got their second hit of the inning and have scratched across a run against David Aardsma. It's still a 2-run lead for Long Island. And how big is that insurance run now in the bottom of this 8th inning for the Ducks? That 5th run that they scored thanks to the RBI single from Elmer Reyes. Because if not, Michael Krause would be at the plate right now, tied for the team lead with 13 home runs, representing the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning. But as it stands right now, he still does represent the tying run. Home run ties it. The go-ahead run still in the on-deck circle in the form of Jamar Walton. It's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Krause. Count 0-1. David Aardsma hoping to make that all moot and get Krause out and put an end to this game. Still down to their final outs are the New Britain Bees. Bethpage Ballpark faithful looking for a conclusion of this game. Timeout called just as Aardsma was getting set to pitch. He actually threw the ball, but it doesn't count. Made it 0-1. Timeout granted by home plate umpire Matt Kane as Michael Krause stepped well out. Now Aardsma, perhaps in protest, taking a long walk around the back of the mound before climbing the hill once again. Aardsma's set. And finally the 0-1 to Krause. Swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. For the second batter in a row, the New Britain Bees are down to their final strike of the night. Jordan Hinshaw was able to collect an RBI single to keep the game going. And now Aardsma trying to end it right here, right now. Aardsma's set. The 0-2. Fastball missed upstairs. And the count now 1-2. He's trying to look like intentionally go up and out of the strike zone with the heater. Just to try and get Krause to chase, but he was able to lay off. Such a tough pitch to not go after. Pitch. Foul back to the backstop. We'll do it again at 1-2. As the Ducks fans have been getting into it these last few pitches. And they'll have to get into it for at least one more. Just all the excitement. Hoping the Ducks can seal a victory here against the New Britain Bees. It's been a tight season series between these two. 5 wins apiece in the first 10 matchups. Aardsma comes set. Now the 1-2. Swing a foul ball at home plate. Krause just got a piece and then it hit him in the batter's spots. We'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Aardsma's slowing down the tempo. You're just trying to keep Krause guessing, keep him off balance. With 2 strikes and a runner on first base. Michael Krause with 13 home runs. Tied for the team lead for New Britain. Up at the plate representing the tying run in the top of the 9th inning. So important for these teams to start to establish their second half identity. 11th game of the second half out of 70 for Long Island, 10th out of 70 for New Britain. Aardsma deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The ball game is over. David Ardsma locks down the save by striking out 2 in the 9th inning, and the Long Island Ducks win the ball game 5-3. We'll be back to recap this game in its entirety on the Long Island Ducks postgame show. That is coming up next. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you listen to the Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Now we welcome you back to Bethpage Ballpark on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Joe Vasile here with you on the Ducks postgame show, where Long Island has defeated the New Britain Bees 5-3. For the Ducks, it was 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and they left 5 on base. For the New Britain Bees, it was 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they left 3 on base. Things got off to a good start for the New Britain Bees in the first inning after Tyler Levine got the first 2 batters out, a strikeout of Yusuke Kajimoto, and then a 2-pitch ground out for James Skelton. Jovan Rosa came up to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs, and on an 0-2 pitch, Rosa deposited one over the left field wall and gave the New Britain Bees a 1-0 lead on a solo home run. But after that, the Ducks were able to answer back in the bottom of the second inning against Greg Napo, the starter for New Britain. Alex Berg hit a solo home run, his 7th of the season, and a sorely needed one, a absolutely monstrous shot that cleared all 3 levels of advertising in left field to tie the game at 1. New Britain, though, wasted no time in retaliating with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. James Skelton came up to the plate, singled on a ball through the right side of the infield, and then Jovan Rosa, 2 pitches later, doubled him home to give New Britain a 2-1 lead. New Britain led 2-1 until the bottom of the 5th inning when Giovanni Alfonso touched up Napo for his 2nd home run that he allowed of the night, and the 2nd home run for Alfonso of the season. That tied the game up at 2. Napo's night was done, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 2 runs, both were earned. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 4. Meanwhile, Tyler Levine went 5 innings as well for the Ducks. In a spot start, he allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2, and struck out 5. The next pitcher in for the Ducks was Rob Rogers, and he was masterful over 3 innings. Rogers threw just 23 pitches in retiring the Bees 9 up and 9 down. Now, he did allow a hit, but Michael Krause was thrown out trying to steal in the 7th inning. So he was eventually retired despite reaching base. And then David Ardsma came in the 9th to shut down the victory. He did allow a run on 2 hits, but he struck out 2 to limit the damage. So we'll take a step aside. When we return, we'll go through scores from around the Atlantic League. You're listening to the Long Island Ducks postgame show on the Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
And we welcome you back to Bethpage Ballpark on the Long Island Ducks post-game show. The Ducks defeated the New Britain Bees 5-3 tonight. Let's check scores from around the Atlantic League. The York Revolution and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are still in action. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. And it's the Revolution 3 and the Blue Crabs 3 in that contest, a tight Freedom Division contest overall. The Lancaster Barnstormers lead the Sugarland Skeeters 6-0. That game going on at the top of the 4th, and again another Freedom Division exclusive matchup in top of the 4th at Constellation Field in Sugarland. And they're in the bottom of the 7th at the Ballpark at Harbor Yard, and the other Liberty Division exclusive, it's the Somerset Patriots 7 and the Bridgeport Bluefish 0. So if that score holds, the Ducks will pick up a game on the Bluefish in the second half standings and be just one game behind Bridgeport heading into action tomorrow. In local MLB action, they're in the middle of the 6th inning, and the St. Louis Cardinals lead the New York Mets 6-1 thanks to a 6-run outburst for St. Louis in the top of the 6th inning. And the New York Yankees trail the Minnesota Twins by a 2-0 score. That game in the top of the 4th inning. So let's total things up here from Bethpage Ballpark tonight. For the for the New Britain Bees, it was 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. For the Long Island Ducks, 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. The winning pitcher was Rob Rogers. He improves to 2-0 on the season. The losing pitcher is Brandon Fry. He falls to 0-3. David Ardsma recorded his 9th save of the year. The game took 2 hours and 30 minutes to play in front of an announce-paid crowd of 4,504. Again for the Bees, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. For the Ducks, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. The winner was Rogers. He's 2-0. The loser was Fry. He's 0-3. Ardsman to save his 9th. 2:30 to play it. 4,504 paid to see it. And so that does it for us tonight from Bethpage Ballpark. We'd like to thank everybody here with the Long Island Ducks, especially Mike Pollock, Mike Pfaff, Frank Bolton, and the whole crew. Of course, Jerry and the boys down at the shortstop inn for providing the great meal here in the press box before the game, as they do each and every day. And Chris Knobloch and everybody with the New Britain Bees for their help in preparation for this game as well. The Ducks will be back in action tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Taking on these New Britain Bees at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll have the pregame show starting at 6:20. First pitch, 6:35. Henderson Alvarez makes his Long Island Ducks debut against Jonathan Pettibone of the New Britain Bees. We'll talk to you then. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Joe Basile, giving you the final score for the final time. It's the Long Island Ducks 5 and the New Britain Bees 3. So long from Central Islip, and enjoy the rest of your Monday nights.